Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we shine a spotlight on the secrets hidden within corporate filings. And today we're diving into a report that might just be the precursor to a big shakeup. If you are curious about major business deals and what they mean for you, you've come to the right place. And before we dive in, if you find value in our straightforward analysis of complex corporate documents, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, we have a fantastic community over on Discord where we break down these filings further. You'll find the link in the description below, so let's get started. Alright, so we're looking at a Form 8K filing from Civitas Resources Incorporated. Now, don't let the name fool you. This isn't just another routine update. This is the kind of report that often signals something significant is happening behind the scenes, especially when it comes to major business transactions. Think of it as the corporate world's way of saying, stay tuned. Big news is coming. The key date here, the 18th of December 2025, tells us when the earliest event we're talking about happened. And what was that event? Well, it is all about a pending merger. Specifically, Civitas Resources Incorporated, a company we've seen before, is in the process of merging with another company called SM Energy Company. Mergers are always interesting because they can lead to big changes affecting jobs, markets, and even the products and services we use. Now, Civitas has its common stock, which is essentially the ownership pieces of the company trading on the New York Stock Exchange. You might recognize the ticker symbol CIV. This stock represents a piece of the company's value, and when a merger happens, it can significantly impact that value for shareholders. This section, Regulation FD Disclosure, is important. It means they're making information available to everyone at the same time, which is a good thing for transparency. So here is the big news on the 18th of December. Civitas got a crucial green light for their planned merger with SM Energy. They received notification that a waiting period under a law called the Hart-Scott-Rodino Antitrust Improvements Act has ended early. Now, what is the Hart-Scott-Rodino Act? Think of it as a friendly government checkup to make sure that when two big companies merge, they don't end up with too much power in the market. An early termination of this waiting period is generally a positive sign, meaning regulators are not seeing any major antitrust issues that would block the deal, and it helps speed up the whole process. This early termination is a really big deal because it means one of the major hurdles for this merger to actually go through has now been cleared. In the world of big corporate deals, there are always conditions that need to be met before the ink is dry, and this antitrust approval is a significant one. Now, like most companies making big announcements, they include this forward-looking statements section. In super simple terms, this is their way of saying everything we're hoping or expecting to happen in the future might not actually happen. They're basically covering themselves in case things don't go exactly as planned. They mention that actual results could be very different from what they're predicting. They tell us these statements are forward-looking, meaning they're about the future, and they're protected by certain laws. They're trying to predict what will happen with this merger, the combined company, and how smoothly everything will go. And here is where they get specific about the risks. They're worried about a lot of things. Could the merger fall apart if shareholders don't approve? Yes. Could the companies have trouble combining their operations? Absolutely. Will it distract management from their day-to-day business? Probably. They even mentioned that the announcement itself could hurt the stock prices of both companies. It is a whole list of potential problems that could arise. They're basically saying that a lot of these potential problems are out of their hands, and they point you to their other filings for more detailed information. It is a standard disclaimer, but it highlights that even with this antitrust approval, a merger is a complicated and risky process. This part is important for anyone looking to buy or sell stock. They're making it clear that this communication isn't meant to persuade you to buy or sell anything, nor is it asking for your vote to approve the deal. It is just providing information. This section tells you where to find more detailed information about the merger. They mention a registration statement and a joint proxy statement and prospectus, which are all official documents filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. These documents contain the nitty-gritty details for investors and shareholders. They filed this extensive document called a Form S-4, which includes a joint proxy statement. A proxy statement is what companies send to shareholders before a big vote, like approving a merger. It tells you what you are voting on and why. A prospectus is a document required when selling securities, offering more details about the investment. This is a strong recommendation. They're urging everyone to read these documents very carefully because they contain crucial information about the deal. It is their way of saying, hey, this is serious stuff, do your homework. This section is about who might be influencing the vote on this merger. They're listing the directors and executives of both SM Energy and Civitas. They're letting you know that these individuals, who often have a significant stake in the companies through their stock holdings or compensation, may be considered participants in trying to get shareholders to vote yes or no on the deal. They're pointing to previous filings where you can find out about the interests of SM Energy's top brass. This is all about transparency, letting shareholders know if the people pushing for or against the deal have personal reasons for doing so. And finally, we have the signature. This is the official sign off from the company confirming that they've put this report together and it is being filed with the SEC. Here, Adrian Milton, who holds the title of Senior Vice President, General Counsel and Assistant Corporate Secretary, has signed off on this report. Their signature signifies that the company stands behind the accuracy and completeness of the information presented here. So, what is the big picture? Civitas Resources and SM Energy are moving forward with their merger, and they just got a major thumbs up from antitrust regulators. This is a significant step toward potentially creating a larger combined entity in the energy sector. However, as the forward-looking statements section clearly outlines, there are still many potential roadblocks ahead, and the actual outcome could look quite different from the optimistic projections. We're watching to see how these two companies navigate the rest of this merger process and what it ultimately means for their shareholders and the broader market. What is your take on this major merger announcement and the regulatory win? Do you think it is a good move for Civitas and SM Energy, or are the risks too high? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more in-depth corporate analyses. And don't forget to join our Discord community for deeper discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.